Hi, we're back with our bread and pastry. Today we are making our return demo 7B, which is actually part of the exam of my students. We're going to make two breads today. One is wheat bread with sesame. Okay, so sesame wheat bread, and the second one is going to be white bread. The white bread we are going to use all-purpose flour. But this one, we are using wheat flour and bread flour. Again, different kinds of flour. We have wheat flour and we also have bread flour for our breads. So we would like to have a good quality bread. Okay, so we have here our wheat. The color of our wheat bread, so you can see it's a little bit brown because of the wheat. And we also have our bread flour. It's a little bit darker than our all-purpose flour. Okay, so this is actually our bread flour. Okay, so we have here now our lukewarm water. So to have your desired lukewarm water, you have actually 1 cup boiling water and 3/4 cup of cold water. So it becomes now your lukewarm water. We are now placing our yeast and we are also placing our sugar. Remember, the food of our yeast is the sugar. We simply have to mix your lukewarm water with your yeast and your sugar. So we have to let this settle at least for 10 minutes. While we're waiting for our yeast to create bubbles, it started to bubble already, but we still need 3 minutes. So I said 10 minutes, so we have to wait so that we can have a good yeast. If your yeast does not create bubbles, then it is a dead yeast. See to it that your water is not hot nor your water is not cold. Your water should be lukewarm water. Okay, so we are now mixing our wheat flour. Okay, we are also placing our bread flour. This is actually unbleached flour. Okay, so unbleached flour is our bread flour. Okay, we are now placing also our salt and half of our sesame seeds, because the other half of the sesame seeds is going to be used for the toppings. So we are mixing this now. Options: you can place nuts, you can place oregano, you can also place rosemary. So this is just simply basic, but you can place other herbs and spices. This is now our mixture of the yeast. We are now placing this in our mixture. Okay, so you can see that this has already bubbles. Okay, so just simply mix them all together. If you have a dough mixer, you can use it. Okay, but I'm just using my hands, especially for those who do not have a dough mixer at home. Again, the secret of having a good bread is how you will be able to mix this, and it will now create like a rubber texture. Okay, just mix it together. We have now our dough. You can see that you really have to knead it very well. You just simply have to pull and fold, pull and fold. Okay, so this will just take you around 10 minutes to 15 minutes of pulling and kneading. Okay, dough should at least be elastic So if you already have a good consistency, we will now transfer this in a bowl. We already placed a little oil. Okay, we placed oil here. You just rub the bowl with oil. Place your dough. Okay, and let it rest for at least 1 hour. You have to cover this. See to it that it is sealed at the sides, and you have to rest it for 1 hour. Our dough has already doubled. Okay, so this is at least 1 hour. We simply have to grease our pan. Okay, we are now greasing our pan. This is just simply oil. Okay, it's just the oil that we have there. Why do we have to grease the pan? We have to grease the pan so it is easier to remove the bread later. So this is going to be for our wheat, wheat bread. Wheat bread. We will now place this in our greased pan. This is a loaf pan actually. Okay. This is an 8 inches pan. Okay, so this bread actually is going to go, it's good for 2 breads. Okay, so we simply have to divide this. Okay, because this again, it will double its size. We divided our dough, and we have to simply place this here. So this is our bread. We will just simply place our egg wash. Okay, brush the egg wash so that our bread will look golden brown, and it will really look brownish on top. Okay, and we will now sprinkle our sesame on our wheat bread. Okay, remember we used here wheat bread and bread flour. Wheat flour. Okay, it's a wheat flour and bread flour. So this is our sesame wheat bread. We will now cover this with plastic or cloth and let it settle for 1 hour. We are now covering this with our plastic, or you can simply cover this with a piece of cloth. This is our round pan for the other half of our wheat bread. Okay, the other one is rectangular loaf pan. This one is actually my round pan. So what I will do is again to grease this. I am now placing oil on our pan. This is now our round wheat loaf. It is in a round shape. I will now place my egg wash. Okay, and after placing the egg wash, I will now place my sesame and let this rest for 1 hour. This is now our round wheat bread with sesame. You can place also raisins. You can also place nuts, rosemary, oregano, or other nuts that you wish to place in your wheat bread. After 1 hour, our dough has already doubled. Okay, so you can see that this is our rectangular pan. It is just enough for our wheat bread. Okay, the other half of the dough, actually I place it in a round pan. Okay, it has also doubled its size. So we are now ready to bake our loaf wheat bread. This is going to be baked for 30 to 40 minutes. I have now preheated our oven and it's going to be at 200 degrees Celsius. It is heated up and down, and our bread is going to be baked at least 30 minutes to 40 minutes. I will now place our wheat bread. Our wheat bread is now golden brown. See the effect if you place egg wash, it's going to be brown on top. But it's already 35 minutes and our bread is done. For those who do not have any loaf pan, you can shape your bread into a round shape and it will look like a bun. It will still be a wheat bread. I now made one with a round pan. So this is our wheat bread. The other one is on a loaf pan. The other one is on a round pan. So this is again going to be baked for at least 30 minutes. This is now our wheat bread on a round pan. This is going to be hard when it's hot, but when it's cold, it's going to be soft. It's our wheat bread, and as you can see, okay, this has been sliced and it's really good in the inside. Very delicious, okay? It's going to be crunchy on the outside, but soft in the inside.